Hello everyone and welcome back to DevSpot. This is episode 2 of a 2-week series on promotion and promoting your game company, and anything of that nature. So this week we're going to be talking about active promotion. Now there are a lot of ways to do this, so I may breeze through this or brush over some things, but if you have questions, remember to drop them in the comments or head over to the Discord and ask away. But now the very first method of active promotion is by far the most effective. It is engaging with people about what they care about, and then drive the conversation towards your game a little bit. But the important part is you really do need to show interest in what people are doing, because then they will typically show interest in what you are doing. Now, this doesn't mean go and do the following. Hey bro, what are you doing? Well, I'm making a cake. Okay, well, come check out my super gory first-person shooter. Okay, thanks, bye. See what happened there? You asked a question, they responded, and then you completely disregarded everything they said. That doesn't work. You're trying to spark conversation around your game, but you can't just do that unnaturally. You have to go in, actually show interest in what people are doing. Try and make friends. The best followers you're ever going to have are going to be your friends. So, make more friends. You'll get better followers. That's one way to look at it. Now, that's a gross oversimplification of the idea, but the principles are still the same. So, the trick here is actually showing genuine interest and kind of making sure your game has to do with what they're talking about. So, the best way to do this, go to a gaming community. Or even one better, go to a game dev community. Everybody there is for games already, or even for developing games. So that's a perfect spot to ensure that people there are already interested in what you're doing, and you're probably already going to be interested in what they're doing. And even in most of these communities, there's typically a place to show off your work anyways. So go ahead, find that place, show your work off a little bit, don't be spammy, but actually talk to people, generate conversation around what you're doing. Now this flows right into the next method, which is sharing your game, or getting others to share your game with you. Word of mouth is the most powerful advertising strategy as far as actually advertising your game goes, not just generating conversation. So, how you kind of do this is you want to get like your core group, even your family is a good place to start because they're the ones that are going to support you regardless of what you do, and get them to just share it in their circles. You kind of want to avoid overlapping different groups, maybe trying to assign where they're going to go, so that way you don't have 3 different people spamming the same group with links. This is basically the same thing as generate conversation, except it's a little less engaging or less involved, but it still is very effective, and if people see a lot of people talking about your game, they might be prompted to promote your game as well. So now, when it comes to actually sharing your game, what do you want to do? Well, the first thing you need to know is the metric that people use to gauge the effectiveness of advertisements, and that is conversion rate. Now this basically means, of all the people that saw the ad, how many people interacted meaningfully with it. Which is to say, more simply, how many people clicked on the link and actually took interest in what was going on. So to improve this, what can you do? First off, when you're displaying your game, always use an eye-catching image. This is to do exactly what it sounds like. It's to catch people's eye, draw attention. Now, this image should be something that conveys what your game is about and has a little bit of a degree of clickbait. I know it sounds horrible, but unfortunately it works, so use a little bit. But remember, don't let this image betray what your game is about. They shouldn't see something that has nothing to do with your game and then go and see your game and they're just completely disconnected. That should never be the case, because that's going to hurt you in the long run. Now, on top of this, use a sentence or two to describe the game on top of this picture, so they should go one and the same. Now, the words you use should, again, be descriptive of your game. Interesting, eye-catchy, and kind of clickbaity. Again, it sucks that we have to clickbait here, but it works. It's really effective. Now, the nice thing you can do when sharing a link to your game is in places such as Discord, where when you share the link, it populates with information from your game page or from the link's destination. So make sure you find out where it draws that text from, where it gets the image for your game from, so that way you can modify it to appropriately generate interest. Alright, now the next thing we're going to be talking about is video promotion. Now there are two different ways that I'm going to talk about that you can go about this. First, is make your own video advertisement. My tips for this, no more than a minute. People lose interest after a short time, so if your game doesn't grab their attention right away, then usually they won't stick around. Most people don't donate their time to things they don't like, so essentially tell them why they should care or let them get on to other things. Keep the video down to around 30 seconds is probably optimal. Most people don't mind watching a 30-second video, even if they aren't crazy into it. But be sure to not betray your game. Make it clickbaity, but don't mislead. Lying about your game is a surefire way to fail. Looking at you, Nemansky. For those of you that don't know, Nemansky is No Man's Sky, just said really fast. Another method of video advertising is utilizing influencers here on YouTube or Twitch. We're a great resource. Think you got a great game? Let me know. Be sure to do your research first though. Don't send your platformer to someone who exclusively plays dating sims. And be sure to protect yourself. With so many YouTubers getting in trouble for saying things these days, make sure to watch some of the person's content and make sure you support your game being attached to that person, not just that one video. Your game's going to be attached to what that person says, and that footage could go places. So do your research and make sure that the person that you're sending it to is actually going to be interested in it. Alright, well that's all I got for today. So remember to leave a like and hop on Discord if you guys feel like it. Subscribe if you're new here. But the most important thing, guys, take care of yourself, because I will see you later.